Just out of curiosity, you don't have to cheer if you don't want to, but give me a cheer if you consider yourself part of the LGBTQ plus community. Oh, welcome. The rest of you should leave. Met one of my friend's kids last year. Friend I went to university with, her daughter. I avoided this child for 4 years. She's 4 years old. I'd heard bad things. Met her last year. She's the worst person I've ever met. And I've met Eamon Holmes. I won't use her real name, that would be unfair. Let's call her Mugabe. And she was just spoiled, really. We were sat at dinner and she was here and she was kicking me in the legs. And at one point she caught my shin and I went, fuck. She started crying. The mum said, please don't swear in front of my child. I was like, oh, is that your child? I thought someone just condensed North Korea into a small woman, actually. Little bitch. But this is something I'm getting used to, but like sometimes people will now tweet when they've seen me out and about, say they've seen me somewhere, they might take a picture, and that's fine, comes with the job. But sometimes I don't want mum to know where I've been. And this, the worst example for this, I said to her one morning, I said, I'm going to Manchester to see my friend Josephine, we're going to have a light lunch, and then I'm going to get the train back to Birmingham. Went to Manchester, got totally shit-faced with Josephine, had a pasty on the train on the way home, little pasty to soak up the alcohol. Got home, mum was like, oh, being healthy, are you? I was like, yeah. I mean, I had a couple of glasses of wine, but I had a salad at lunch. She was like, explain this. Somebody took a picture of me on the bloody train, didn't they? Really enjoyed that pasty, as you can see. Looks worryingly like that when you put it together as well. Could have been Prime Minister. Should we take a selfie using that camera? Is that possible? Where should we do it from? Maybe back here? You all want to be in a selfie? Why not? Can I hold it like I'm doing a... Smile, everyone. Cool, I think we've got it. Round of applause for Leon. Thanks, Leon. My mother retired a few years ago and she's now painting in her retirement. This is one of my mother's paintings. Isn't that glorious? This is of our family friend Patrick. Not only does it look like Patrick, I feel like it captures his essence. It's a beautiful painting. Based on these, I've been inspired to do my own. They've not come out as well, I'm going to be honest with you. I did one of Amanda Holden with a Britain's Got Talent buzzer for her head. Slightly different things that we're doing. Mum will do this sort of thing, two women on a bench having a conversation, beautiful, skillful watercolour there, the skill and the time it takes to do something like that. I did a man having coffee poured in his arse. We're just doing different things. We're doing different things. This came out, I was on holiday with a friend of mine who just had a colonic irrigation. I've never had one, so I was like, what's it like? He's like, I've not had one either. This girl, quite attractive, took me into a room, put a tube up. I thought the tube did everything, but actually she took it out, stood me over this thing, and then just said, go. And she said, I can wait here, I can wait outside, whatever you want. I was like, who's asking her to stay? No, look me in the eye. I'd like us to share this. So based on that, I did this painting. I haven't got a name for it yet. I was thinking maybe Britain in springtime, but I'm open to suggestions. Do send your tweets in. But I've got a goddaughter who I adore. She is 11, and I think she might be a genius, because she loves painting, and I've got this office in Birmingham, so I took her to the office to do some painting, and we painted this mural on the wall, and while we were painting it, I said to her, what do you think art is, just out of curiosity? And she thought about it, and she said, well, it's trust. I said, what do you mean by that? And she went, well, if you trust something's good, then it is. I was like, fucking hell, that's the most profound thing anyone's ever said to me from an 11-year-old. Like, have another go on the bong, what are you going to say next? When the meow meow came out, the thing she was saying, extraordinary. Mum and I, we submitted to the Royal Academy. Every year, the Royal Academy take paintings from amateurs, from professionals, whatever. They also take sculptures. Mum submitted 2 of her paintings, beautiful paintings. I submitted for a laugh. I knew I wasn't going to get in. I submitted this sculpture, which I called Chris. I made it pissed last summer. I just submitted it, forgot about it. A few weeks later, I got an email from the Royal Academy that read this. Dear Joe, it's come to our attention that the price of your artwork, Chris, is £10.5 million. I was originally going to do 10, and I thought, fuck it, put the other half on. Owing to the high selling price, we just wanted to check this was correct, and this is what we would like to have printed in our list of works, should your work be selected for the exhibition. If you did wish for this to be the published price, could you kindly advise on the insurance value of the work? Well, I went back to them and I said, Gosh, did I really put £10.5 million? It should be £12.5 million. And then just put Brexit for no reason. The real friction is on Twitter. Mum is also on Twitter. She is at Mama Lycett. You can follow her. She posts her paintings. She also searches not only my name, but searches what people are writing to me, what people are writing about me. So she will have seen all the tweets that you sent tonight. She loves reading them. She'll go through all of them. And she also sometimes will show me tweets when, like, I've been on telly. Every time you go on telly, there's a bit of nastiness. It comes with the job. There was one she showed me which I loved, which was, I'd just been on Blankety Blank with David Walliams, which, to be fair, was dog shit. And I got a tweet which just said, "You're not funny." And I appreciated the succinctness of the tweet, but what I loved about it is I looked at the woman's profile who'd sent it, and she's a self-esteem coach. Maybe she's a self-esteem coach of a rival comedian. Maybe Ramesh was feeling down on his luck. I thought he'd bring me down. So yes, I'm trying to be healthier. I love a full-fat Coke, and I'm on Diet Cokes now, and I'm struggling with it, really. Funnily enough, I was at a university reunion, I was drinking a Diet Coke, and I went up to a girl who I didn't know that well at university, and I was holding this Diet Coke, and I said to her, I said, "Oh, hello, how are you? What are you up to now?" And she went, "I hate that. I hate small talk." I'm sorry, I'm not sure how conversation works with you now, then. How did the death of your father affect your sex life? Just straight on in. She said, "You shouldn't be drinking that." And I said, "Why?" Now, what I think she meant to say was, "It's full of aspartame." What she actually said was, "You shouldn't be drinking that. It's full of apartheid." I knew it was bad, didn't realise it was that bad. Bloody hell! We're going to go to an interval shortly. Before we do that, I'd like to tell you about a little project I've been working on with the EDL, the English Defence League. Any members in? Any members? Occasionally there's a crossover with my audience with the EDL. If you're not familiar with the EDL, they don't like Muslims or hair. Those are the two things they despise, Muslims and hair. There was a rally last summer, a rally in Birmingham. You might have seen this picture from it. This is a girl called Sophia Khan. She was facing up to one of the EDL members with this... Yes, she's amazing, Sophia Khan. With this serenity and calmness on her face, with all this aggression from the EDL member. In the weeks preceding this rally, I discovered somebody I went to school with, who I am erroneously still friends with on Facebook, is a member of the EDL and was trying to generate support for this rally with his own Facebook group. Now, I like to troll people on social media, using various aliases that I create, so I went on as Angela Middlebin. And I wrote, "Hi guys, looking forward to the rally in Brum later. Think it'll be a lovely day for it. I work in PR with some high-profile right-wing and right-leaning commentators, such as Katie Hopkins, Piers Morgan and Fern Britton." Now, Fern Britton is, I don't think, right-wing in any way, but she blocked me on Twitter, so fuck her. I know, Fern Britton of all people, I felt like I've been blocked by Gandhi. So by Pride only sponsoring one of the letters and ignoring the other letters, I felt like they'd done a disservice to the community, so I wrote them a letter. "Dear Barclays, you probably know why I'm writing you, bitch. You sponsored Tom Daley to go to Pride, daft bastard. Actually, it's great that you're sponsoring Pride. Pride is an LGBTQ+ event. It's about celebrating all of those letters and all the different types of identity that they represent. It's about people who are into kinky stuff. It's about some stuff that a lot of the people who work in your bank would find really weird. It's not just about a particularly attractive gay diver who you can use to improve the perception of your brand. So I'm writing to ask if you'll sponsor me, not to go to Pride, but to one of the less airbrushed events. I want you to sponsor me and my friend Paul Chuckle to go to the Folsom Fetish Festival in Berlin. It's a festival for people who are into leather and being tied up and wearing costumes. I went a couple of years ago and nearly got wanked off by a unicorn. I've mocked up a sample Instagram post. Naturally, the real thing will look much worse. Bob's your Uncle Joe Lycett. Did dry January again this year for different reasons. I went to the doctor last summer and I was feeling tired all the time, and he did some tests, and apparently I'm deficient. I'm deficient in vitamins B, D, folic acid and omega-3. And he said, 1, eat better, because I eat loads of trash, and also go to a pharmacy, get a supplement with all of these in, you'll start to feel better. So I went to Boots. The only supplement that has all of these in is pregnancy support. So I've been on pregnancy support for the last few months, and I tell you what, I feel like a pregnant woman. I sit down backwards onto chairs, I do that one, talk about myself the whole fucking time. I'm a pregnant woman. Sorry if you're preg, I'm going to be slagging you off now. It's just, I'm turning 30 this year, so many of my friends are having kids. I've got a text, actually, which you can use if you'd like. I'm so thrilled with it. If somebody's just had a baby, I'll text them, I'll say, are you sleeping? Because inevitably they won't be, and they go, oh no, I haven't slept for days, that kind of reply, nonsense. And then I'll go back, and I'm so thrilled with the wording of this, I go back and I say, it'll all be worth it when they're softly stroking your hair as you slip into oblivion. It's like Shakespeare, isn't it? Marvellous. Give me a cheer if you feel like you've travelled the furthest. Where have you travelled from? The woman who put her hand up. That's the one I'm looking at. You weren't expecting a follow-up question, were you? I'm going to come down to your level. Not intellectually, of course. Hello there. Don't panic, it'll all be fine. What's your name? Flora. Hello, Flora. And who are you here with, Flora? Are you courting? Banging. When did you start banging? It's the first date. No, is it actually? And you're this trashed. Jesus. Is it a Tinder or is it like... It is, oh, okay. Well, this is being immortalised on my DVD, you realise. So, I hope you marry. If you get married, I'm coming to the wedding. We're all coming, aren't we? We're going to have a lovely time. Maybe have a glass of water in the interval. I'm worried about you, Flora. Does someone know you're out? I mean, I like the look of him. He looks sweet, but you never know. You know, you never can... What do you do? What are your prospects? Oh, no, I wasn't asking you, Flora. I feel like you've got lots of prospects. You're a psychotherapist? OK, what do you do? You make stuff in China. He's a drug dealer, isn't he? He's a drug dealer. Good luck to you, Flora. What's your name, man that makes stuff in China? Paul. Paul and Flora, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Feels like a lasting relationship, I feel. Have you just... How long have you both been single? I feel like we're on Love Island now. How long have you both been single? Flora? 3 years? 2 years? OK. 6 months? OK. So, about time, yeah, it's ready to... Yeah. I've been single for about 2 years. Ready to fuck all of you. This is how I get... This is how I sort of allure you in, just by sitting in this very attractive way. I find it quite weird talking about my father on stage. I never did it. I've been doing stand-up 10 years, and I didn't do it when he was a teacher because I didn't want to undermine his authority. But also, there's just no real friction with my dad, really. He's just a lovely man. We just get on really well. When I came out as bisexual on my 21st birthday, obviously very nervous about that, didn't really know what he was going to say, and he was so lovely. I said to him, I said, Dad, I think I might be bisexual. And he went, that's fine, as long as you're happy, I don't mind, whatever. And I was sort of annoyed. I was sort of like, punch me, give me a story. And I was sort of trying to escalate it. I was like, I'm taking drugs. Don't tell your mother. I'm listening to Snow Patrol. Get out of my house. So he's been amazing, he's been extraordinary. I've also been getting help with the house from a friend of mine called Peter. You'll learn a lot about Peter in this show. He's one of my oldest, dearest friends. He's hard to explain in a short way, in a sort of succinct way. I find a good way of giving you a bit of an idea of what Peter's like is to tell you that he once tried to spend 24 hours in a 24-hour Tesco. Like it was a challenge. He got kicked out after 21 hours for trying on too many clothes. I've known him for, like, since we were about 12. We didn't go to the same school, but we had similar friendship groups. We've grown up together. We didn't fall out, but we fell apart because he went to Japan after university, and he's just been back for about a year, and now he's back. He's doing little jobs, different things, trying to make ends meet. One of the jobs he does, because he speaks fluent Japanese, is to teach people in England, Japanese people in England, how to speak English. And he's got a middle-aged student called Aiko, who he set some homework for. The homework was an email. I pride myself on writing emails. Aiko's written, I think, the greatest email in the history of email. The homework was to write an informal email of complaint with an aggressive tone. This is what she actually wrote. Dear Sarah, you probably know why I'm writing you, you bitch. Start every email with that from now on. You smashed glasses and made terrible racket. It was so evil. Daft bastard. Whatever, make up for it immediately. Bob's your uncle, Aiko. Isn't that strong? Full marks, of course.